Yes?
Sure we did.
Yeah, we recorded it.
Right? I don't know.
Okay. We're back to days prior in the Twin Cities with Clem.
There's so much. I'm not gonna read
No,
it.
yeah,
I'm not gonna read
that's all I'm gonna say.
You'll
Okay.
figure it out through context.
Yes.
So yeah, you're looking up. Oh, that's a good point.
You played the most devastating fucking song
Oh
in that
yeah, we're
episode.
going back to that.
Get
So.
the bread ASMR in there.
Oh yeah.
Right next to the thing.
Yeah. The listeners
I'm trying to think.
the listeners at home will
There
know.
was the Brother Bear song. I was trying to think of another.
Is it like
The Fire Emblem.
I don't remember what song Lucas played, but it sucked. I mean, in that it was very good and emotional, and that it was really devastating.
Fire Emblem. Awakening.
Yeah, I think it was this one. Or something similar to it. What is this?
These are all Emily Axford songs.
Oh.
Fuck, I don't.
What is
That is this one. So yeah, you're looking up at tag, and now that you're starting to feel like you're able to get away, you're not feeling like better or worse or anything, but you're feeling like, okay, I can get out of this situation. You're starting to like look at tag and being like, okay, this is my friends. I'm gonna see like what's happening. With that insight check, that high insight check, you're able to see that tag's like scared, like acting on instincts. They don't know what happens to them.
Thank you.
But with these shadows kind of moving in a more mystical way, you're also able to, you get the kind of feeling that whatever just happened to him is preying on him. Like with like these shadows going around him and how not in control Tag looks, you see that like this is a bad situation for Tag.
Yeah.
Where after this the invisibility takes on, you scuttle away. Tag waits the beat and then like just like runs. I don't exactly remember what happened in the moment, but he just kind of like books it.
You went to the tower.
Yeah, he starts heading to wherever he was going to go.
I'm pretty sure you went to the tower on the outskirts of town to meet up with
Where would Clem
the other
go
folks.
immediately in this moment to like feel safe? Would it just be like any abandoned building? Would it be a specific place?
Not a specific place. I think what?
Yeah, just a long piece.
Just taking a long chive. Clem doesn't go to a specific place. Clem's decidedly not walking, like in toward the, the riots, not walking toward Keller, not walking toward anywhere else, just like kind of trying to like take random back streets and just not stop walking ever. Not even really going to any destination, just like kind of continuing to pace until there are like fewer and fewer people around.
Cool.
And he can get like quiet.
Cool. I'll say that in your kind of like zigzagging around town, you kind of get to like a weird area between like the like outer city wall and like where a bunch of buildings that like don't look like super habited, kind of like an area that like you're able to sit there for like 10 minutes and you haven't heard like anybody moving around.
Okay.
Kind of like a place that carrying that insight check, you can kind of be like, okay, nobody looks like they've been around here. If anybody is coming here, they're also going to be hiding like me, so I don't need to worry about them.
Yeah. I'm not like hiding from people in general, just like kind of just
like getting out of the way.
Just like we'll just like kind of trying to blend in plain sight, kind of, in the just like walking around.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Cool.
Like it's like, oh, I'm just like here.
You're just another person.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll say you do that for like
Disappear
a
into the
couple
crowd.
hours, and you're just kind of like trying to just look like another person.
Yeah.
We're gonna flash forward a couple hours. You're still kind of doing this, but the crowds have since like died down.
Yeah.
You kind of get that like.
After the insight too, I think it's like scared for Tag, but also like Tag's not in control clearly of what's happening.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like Tag's a pretty
I
normally
know-
like freewheeling kind of guy, but like this feels like next level.
And out of control, and out of control in a way that like feels dangerous. Like
Yes.
I've now seen like what Tag is capable of doing,
Mm-hmm.
and what like is maybe asked of him. I don't know, like some sort of agonizing murder order. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you kind of.
So it's
you
like,
kind of
oh, I don't know,
feel-
like Tag could just murder me too, and I wouldn't know.
You kind of feel like the thumb that's on Tag, like he's not able to do things. And as you're kind of like thinking about these things, you I'll say you turn down a less. You're like, oh, there's a bunch of people here. There's a couple people going on this street, so I'm just gonna like walk absentmindedly behind them as you're thinking about these things. And like as you're walking, you kind of see like the beginnings of like a, like the Doctor Strange, like right before a portal opens, where it's
Yeah.
kind of just like a.
You see the little nucleus with the sparks.
But it appears like kind of like right in front of you, where you could like almost like hold on to it, and it goes like, and it kind of does that, but instead of turning into a portal, it kind of goes more like scroll like. So then you would recognize this as the sending spell.
Okay.
So like somebody sent you a spell, and it reads, Clematis, it's Garen. Are you safe? Recently spoke with Tag, and something is wrong. He's traveling south now. At guard tower, please be okay.
I don't remember the specifications of the sending spell.
Like 20,
I can
25, like a brief message, like 25 words.
I can reply.
That's why it was kind of like, you can reply. That's why it was kind of like, tuk. Imagine like a telegram.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I'm trying to think if I feel like Clem's still like
Too shook.
shell shocked. We'll be like, I don't know, like Index and I are safe. Stop. Or like, not not
Yeah,
the
I know
word
you- I know
stop,
you
but like
mean,
the
like,
telegram
like,
stop. The telegram version of stop. Yeah. Like Index and I are safe. And kind of leave it at that.
That's all you say back.
That might be all I say back. Maybe like I don't know. What's next? Very short.
You feel like a space in between the message, the when you send back and when you get it back, as if like that's not the response I thought I was gonna get, and then a message back saying, "We think we have a lead. No, we think we know how to spy on Daron. Need your help though. C and H aren't magic enough.
C and H.
Need your
Hinda?
That's Hinda and
you would know Hinda and Camille.
Camille. I was like,
There.
what? What was
It's
the
been a
other
moment.
person's name?
they're not magic enough.
That's funny.
Need your flourish. Please come to tower.
Need your flourish.
Clem will say, we will make our way there. We will make our way there. As the reply, and then not immediately turn around and just sort of like sit down for a sec.
Right.
Maybe in one of those abandoned building corners
Mm-hmm.
that you had mentioned, just to like recoup before maybe later in the evening when things are quieter, sneaking over there.
Cool. I'll say like you even like cast invisibility. Just like keep that veil. I would assume that's how Clem feels the safest, getting in and out of town, especially
Right around now.
everything that is happening.
What's like the town's vibe? Like outside of the riot, now that it's been a few hours, do people know? Are people like aware of what went down in the center of town?
Yeah, people are
people-
are noticeably like consciously avoiding that area.
Okay.
Like it's kind of like, oh, the easiest way to like go down would be go to the main street and hook left to go through past the school and past the keep, and then go across the bridge and go to the other part of town. But like it's noticeable that nobody's going that way. Everybody's like it, you know, like the night after like Trump got elected, or like the night after there's like a riot, like, or like there's like the protests downtown, how everything's kind of like still but kind of like charged, you know, like everything kind of feels tense when you just go outside. It's kind of like that mood.
Are there a lot of people out, or less than normal?
Less than normal. People are only out if they're like, oh, I was at work and this thing happened, so I need to like rush to get to work. People are also like not like avoiding guards, but like they're looking at guards and they're being kind of like, and they're kind of like clenching, like grabbing their stuff and kind of like going across the street and going around them. So like they don't know who's doing what right now. It's because it's so close afterwards. But they're generally avoiding things that have to do with the like that area.
But there isn't like a broad sentiment one way or another. Like it's not like people are like very. You said like maybe they're a
like,
little scared of the guards.
But that's because there's not like wizards walking around. They're like, they heard that in front of the school a wizard shot a spell and then there was a riot. It's like they're like, you could assume that that's what's the noise that's been going around. So like, I don't like see any like people like that are like, you're a school person walking around. They only see the guards, so those are the people. But you could assume that like if like Garen was walking through and they're like very proud school robes, you know, you don't look like a student, like you're not like a Harry Potter person.
No,
So
just look like a
you just look like another person who just happens to have a big book.
edgy kid.
Yeah. So yeah, people are just kind of like being weird, and everybody's keeping their head down, and everybody's kind of rushing to where they're going. So if anything, that gives you a better reason to be doing what you're doing, because everybody else is doing the same thing. So yeah, you will kind of, you know, Tag makes it to the guard tower. Yeah, so you kind of see the same tower that we described earlier, like functional but run down. You see like windows kind of lit with like a small campfire. Do you do anything before you like walk in, or you just kind of like poke your head in the door?
Is there any other like entrances or like windows or anything like that to look into?
You could peek through a window on like next to the, like, it's like stairs. It's kind of like a lighthouse, like stairs up to like a door that's kind of raised up, and there's like a window just to like the right of that you can like look in as you like walk up. There's like a second story thing that if you want to, you can like misty step up to it. But those are kind of like the main two. It's like the door, there's like a window to like, so they can see who's coming in the door in case, you know, they're like, oh, my captain's here, I need to like, you know, or like a second story
Button my jacket.
Right.
Are you handwriting your own character sheet?
Yes.
Why?
Well, no, this is a pre-made one.
Oh, that's a template.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it just looks hand-drawn.
Cute.
Yeah.
I just want to look in the windows specifically for Tag.
Cool. You do not see Tag.
What do I see?
You do see, you see Camilo
Fucking
and
bastard.
Henda like poring over like maps and scrolls, very clearly like strategizing. They're like, oh, this here, we should go through there, and like bringing up.
Oh, you almost got it.
talking about like there you can see maps of like the city. You can see like Hinda has like a map of the like sewage systems. They're like pointing at things and kind of like obviously making like a game plan. Pavel's just kind of sitting like curled up next to like the fire that's in the center, and Garen is kind of like sitting in the like around some books and tomes, looking at through tomes, getting a sending spell, kind of responding to it. Another one comes up, responding to like two at the same time. Like she's like communicating with people.
Yeah.
But a noticeable lack of tag. Tag is not there. Also,
A lag.
I'll even say as you
Lack
go
of
up to the
tag.
window, you see like horse prints, like hoof prints, like galloping away. And you remember that Tag had a horse and presumably took it.
Didn't your horse subsequently die? Or no, I misremembered.
No, that was
That happened in the feature that didn't happen.
Yeah,
Oh.
with salt.
Yeah, Salt didn't explode by a meteorite.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god, I forgot about that.
But that didn't happen. It was a weird dream.
I forgot
It
about
was all just a really freaking bad nightmare.
that. Okay. Then Clem will go like open the door and step in, like still invisible.
So the door opens
Yeah.
by itself.
Yeah.
Pavel is the first to like react. They're like
no.
ears up, and then they're like, wait, and then they like sniff, and then they like look excited again, and then they like run over to you and start like.
I think
kinda
like
a dog would.
And
then
Clem will regain, visibility, like basically like in the process of petting Pavel, basically.
Cool. As Pavel like gets up and turns, you see like Garen like look up, and then Camille and Hinda, like Camille just like goes to the sword and just kind of like looks over, and Hinda kind of like is like what the fuck, and then when they see you appear,
I think Garen
They-
probably like knows me well enough to know
mhm.
that this is something that Clem
Right.
does occasionally.
They're already as
but
you're
the
like
other
starting
ones
to turn
aren't.
invisible. Garen is already like coming over to like tackle you and like a hug. Camille, once they see like it's just a person that they know, Camille and Hinda kind of like relax and they go over to like say hi, but like after Garen, because they're like, we don't, you're just a person we know.
Yeah. Clem also, I think, also took some damage, so does look like shit this
yeah.
night still, actually.
So yeah, Garen runs over and basically just like sweeps you up in a hug. They're like a half orc, so they're huge. Or like they're not huge, but they're like strong.
Bigger
So
than
like,
I am.
Very like easily like pick you up and swing you around.
I'm tiny.
They're just kind of just like muttering like a mom would, being like, "Oh my god, I thought you were dead. Like, thank God you're okay. Like, oh my god, like just like oh I thought you'd been killed. Like you didn't say anything, and I didn't know what was going on. And then Tag showed up alone, and then we yelled at Tag, and then like Camille like walks over and juts in that they were like she's like we thought that Tag had like hurt you, and then they said they didn't, but then we weren't sure because he was just by himself, and then now you're here and you're okay. And then she kind of like looks at you again, is like, oh my god, and like grabs you by the shoulders and like double lay on hands as you, is like heals you back a bunch of hit points.
And Clem's not replied yet to this sort of like,
Right.
What's it called? Gushing. I
Yeah,
guess.
and then Hinda like walks over and like kind of tries to shove Camille out of the way, being like, Tag will never hurt Clem.
I
And then being like,
forgot.
they got a shitty deal,
I
and they made
forgot
a
she's
deal with
a
they
halfling.
made a deal with they made a deal with the devil, and like who hasn't, and like
Who hasn't?
they couldn't do they couldn't do any better than they were. They also don't really think well on their feet. But
They
he's
died.
alive, you're alive, we're all alive. Fuck. And then once they all kind of just like stop muttering, and they just kind of like look at you as like,
Clem's doing the moody teen
like
routine for during the hug, where you just sort of like
He's
let,
kinda, like,
you just
there.
sort of like let yourself be hugged,
Mhm.
but like not like super energetic. Clem's in a low energy state, and I think is gonna look at Garen probably,
Mhm.
or Hinda maybe, and just be like, is Tag safe?
We told him the information. We basically, once we learned about the situation that he was in, we all kind of gave him some insights that we knew. Garen shoots like a dagger look at Camille, because as we remember, Camille was pretty harsh on Tag on the first roundabout. But they're safe, and they're heading down south toward the Silver Marsh to hopefully like learn more about what's afflicting them. The only thing we were like, it's not safe for him to be here because of like, you know, everything happening with Daron. I think Daron and what's happening to Tag are connected somehow because of the magic that Daron. I can explain that part later. Tag is okay. He's traveling. There's bound to be a caravan of other mercenaries heading south, so he'll probably link up with one of them, and just get safe travel. Yeah. He's okay. And I think it's best for him to be near, not like alone, but also not by people that might like make him feel bad about the situation he's in, or
He's got a nice bison to take care of him.
Exactly.
yeah, he needs
Dad
basically
bison.
what Garen says is like
He needs a bison dad. No.
He needs people that will like out of the goodness of their hearts hang out with him, but also not where like this evil entity can like manipulate him to then hurt. So like they're like, it's good that you didn't go with him because they won't have ammunition against Tag to use on you. But yeah, I've been.
Clem will just like kind of echo back like, Tag is safe.
Tag is safe. How are you mentally right now? Because I have a bunch of news. Or not news. News? Will hearing about the school in a positive sense make you feel better? Garen doesn't know how to be a parent.
Will hearing about the school in a positive manner make you feel better?
She's too busy with her new girlfriend to be a mom.
That's not entirely untrue.
Is that Hinda?
No, Camille.
The big strong woman that protected her through a riot.
Oh yeah. Dang. Wait, who's Camille again?
The big paladin, dark elf.
Yes.
She was not
gotcha.
friends, but the like.
Gotcha.
The guard
The
captain.
person
Yes.
under Varys.
Varys.
Person over Varys.
Fucking
Oh, she was over
Varys.
Varys got promoted when Camille didn't show up for the fight.
Varys.
Oh, that's the behind the screen peek.
Varys and his mustache.
Mhm.
Clem will just sort of like, I imagine just sort of like not reply to the question and just like kind of like kneel down and start petting Pavel and just like decidedly like not say anything else but sort of like comfort himself with Pavel.
Cool.
And then the book, you know, bookmark comes out and Index will be like he'll speak for Clem instead and be like Master Clematis can hear it.
Sounds good.
He's in a
I forgot you had a familiar.
He's in a state now.
Yeah, if we weren't under such a time crunch, I wouldn't say this all because it's a lot. But thank you, Index. Thank you, Clem, for being as good as you are, because you wouldn't be here if you weren't.
Clem keeps petting Pavel.
You see that Garen is just like, I'm fucking this up, but I just have to keep going.
You had mentioned you have a way to stop Daron or spy on him?
Yes. Okay, yes, exactly. So, as you see, there's just like unanswered like sending spells just kind of like floating around because she's like fully diverted.
Please hold.
Yeah.
Thank you for your call. Please hold.
So yeah, she composes herself, Garen, and kind of starts to explain that she's she kind of gestures at the sending spell. She's like, I've been in contact with a lot of the other higher level professors at the school. and no one knows what the fuck Darren was thinking. It's becoming very clear that he tried to posture as if he had the entire school behind him, but he did not, because me, Loof, some of the other the people under him directly don't know what he's going on. He
Did his actions tonight not have any precedent?
I mean, no. He just kind of did it. But we're assuming, because I was explaining to them that I saw the book that we put away in the restriction section. That he just kind of broke into the restriction section, fucking shot me, and then decided to start an insurrection. Sure, like, the Count was, like, an annoying person that wouldn't give us funding, but, like, we, like, understood the, like...
Oh my god, it's an academic funding grudge? That would be funny as hell. The most academic thing fucking ever.
We get it, like, he, like, was trying to stop the Brutus from, like, being a thing, but he, like, shouldn't, like, die for it. We should just, like, chastise him as a school. But good news is, as soon as Daron, like, left school premises, like, 7 high-level teachers put an arcane lock around the school. He can't get back in by himself.
And where do we suppose Master Daron went?
Probably...
Oh my god, I got it.
Hell yeah. That's
gross.
That's good shit.
I'm a ninja, first try.
That's the thing we're about to figure out. I'm trying to, I want to cast a high-level scrying spell on Daron. He was my teacher, master thing. Teacher. Master, not in a weird way. I saw your face.
Oh my!
I saw your face turn, Danny, the player. I saw you being like, Master. He was my teacher. He was my instructor. We have a connection. I think that'll help empower the spell. But I don't know if you, in your connections with him or people he was with, do you have like anything of his that we could like use as like a device to like center the spell on?
Huh. Do I?
As you're thinking,
I have ideas if you don't know, but what?
As you're like, do I have something? Hinda cuts in and is like, yeah, I think that he should die, the Count, but that's because he's doing a really shit job at like handling the Labrutas, and they killed my entire gang. So,
do we know that the Count has perished?
What? No.
Wait, because...
Like, they're asking if you have, like, an item of Daron's that when you were, like, fighting.
But then Hinda talked to switching about the Count and how much he sucked, and I got thrown for a loop.
Sorry. No, we don't know. We don't think the Count has died.
Oh, interesting. Weird.
We know that it's on
Failed
lockdown.
Assassination.
Whatever, it does seem that whatever happened, whatever Daron was wanting to do did fail.
Oh,
Like,
cool. That's actually very
there's a
good
bunch
news.
of shit stirred now, and the city is really fucked. But the Count is alive and locked up. Good.
Lexi, are you cold?
Why?
I don't know. You have like a little. You had like a little red nose for a sec.
It's because of alcohol.
Oh, it's because of the alcohol. It was like you have tumbler nose. Have you heard of this?
Yeah, I know.
Yes. Sorry for interrupting.
Do not
may-
speak the
you may
demon
see-
to her. She was there when they were
The
written.
tumbler nose.
I have more to say about that.
You do?
Just Kelly and I were talking about Tumblr, and I was like, oh no.
Why?
You know so much.
Oh,
Another-
Callie is one
another
of
one.
us.
Really?
Another one.
We were talking about all these different artists, and like every artist that we named, we both knew. And I was like, oh, this is a problem.
It's like because
Yes.
you're like, oh, you're following the same Instagrams and the same Tumblrs.
So
And,
I have perceived her. She has perceived me.
Who is this? One of your coworkers?
Yeah, one of our new coworkers.
Oh, gotcha.
She's cool though.
Well, I mean, anyone who's on Tumblr is cool.
Hey,
Not everyone.
not everyone.
I
How's it feel to not
saying
be
the
cool?
literal least correct thing ever. Index will be like we didn't know Dayron well enough to have any of his possessions, but would it help if he might have one of ours? Clematis takes
Yeah, everybody kind of just like,
Clematis takes significant notes on the archaeological finds that he makes. Some of them might be tucked away in the restricted book.
interesting. Yeah, I think that would work. So that might make the spell easier.
Clematis himself has not yet reacted
Right.
to this.
Yeah, no, if it's something of yours that we could scry on there, then you can just say yes to the scry.
No promises that the notes are still within the book.
Give me a luck check with advantage.
Oh, just straight luck?
Yeah. See
Ah!
if you
Oh
no.
my god.
You get 2 nat 20s.
No, it was a 20 and an 8.
So, yeah, you, Clematis, being the type of student that they are, did the one thing that no other student would do, which was not only find an extremely cursed book, not only find and be able to like retrieve the cursed book, but find, retrieve, and read a little bit of it and put like notes in like some of the like the legend.
You know
whatever.
the note. I was thinking about the notes that I put in index in the thing that
Yeah.
I drew, and I was like, oh, wait, what if he does that and he puts post-it notes and all the things that he finds?
Garen hears, you know, when you say something to a teacher and they're like equal levels, like incredibly impressed with your prowess and like how could you have done this? Thing.
I'm proud but disappointed.
I'm proud, but like you could have died by
The-
opening this book.
The book of fucking hell or whatever is like dog-eared
Yeah.
from this cheesy student.
You're like, oh, what's this?
Yeah.
and like this and like with an arrow.
Well,
And we're like,
a
that's
couple of highlighted passages.
literally perfection. Garen kind of just like looks on you, looks down, looks at their scrying spell, and is like, yeah, then we can just fucking do this. You've never heard Garen swear in your life.
Oh my gosh.
We can just fucking do this. And they get really excited and they point at Hinda. And
If I remember previously from our like last conversations, this is like your guidance counselor swearing.
Yeah, this was like, yeah, literally.
Like your homeroom teacher being like, let's fucking go!
Mm-hmm. And then she goes like this. She points at Camille and Hinda and says, get out. Camille, guard the front. Hinda, do perimeters, stealthing. And they're just like, oh, fucking, okay. They've never also been like, directly been like, from Garen. Like, Garen's never much of like a, do this, you do that, let's go. But she's like, business mode, like, I'm scrying on somebody who tried to overthrow the city. So I'm gonna be business bitch now. Get out. Go
Business
guard the front
bitch.
door.
Business bitch.
Camille noticeably doesn't have her like guards city tabard on, but still has her like plate mail on. She grabs her sword and her shield. Hinda kind of just like rolls backward, does like a great, and then like does a backward somersault.
Oh my god,
And
like
then,
a
like-
diver.
And then like doesn't, as they're completing the backward somersault, they just turn invisible.
Like a diver, like
a
a
diver.
scuba diver that kicks ass.
And then Hinda just kills the fire with prestidigitation. Pulls out a spell, or pulls out like a gleaming, like powerful spell scroll. Kind of just like gestures to sit in front of her on like a little cushion. She sits like opposite of it in front of the scroll. She waits for Clem to sit down.
Clem will like kind of from Pavel, just sort of like stand up, sort of like slowly, like sort of joint by joint, and just sort of like walk to sit opposite Garen in the sort of zone
Pavel gives
With-
you
book.
right. Pavel gives you a calm emotions.
Oh, cool.
And just goes sit on the other side of the door, and just kind of like guard dog, just kind of like sitting there.
Ah, Pavel's so cool. I miss Pavel. Damn it.
And then
You know what's so sad is Sedge has never fucking met Pavel.
That's
You know
true.
what I mean?
gotta change
I
that.
know.
I gotta change it. And then you start to cast this sending spell. You guys kind of like, the book starts to levitate, it starts to glow. You kind of feel this like magic surging in you, but like almost not to reach, but like maybe a magic you haven't felt in a while because you haven't cast a spell with Garen since like you were like in school.
Like training, yeah.
Yeah. So you guys are kind of like finding this really familiar like zone between you, kind of empowering this spell, and you're like, your eyes are glowing, Garen's eyes are glowing, your hair is kind of just like starting to go up.
You get the Ghibli
Yeah.
hair
The hair Indy's starting to just like
I know exactly what you're talking about.
yeah, literally that. And
Just-
like Indy's starting to like the bookmark and the book are kind of like spinning around you guys, kind of in like a very just like very intense magic is happening right now. And from there, in that moment, we're gonna cut back to the deck of the ship. I'll say even from that moment, you guys have settled. We're back with Tag and Sedge on the ship. There's like it's not like a big ship, so it's not like a huge like underground, like underneath space. But there's like bunks, like, and there's like room under there. There's like obviously like captain's quarters. And then they've just set out a bunch. Jaime's just like, I have extra rolls. They just like set out for everybody.
Or
And-
the like the shit like hammocks.
like little hammocks,
You know,
that are, but he has to like
little-
hang up like 3 more because
you know,
there's
the
like
little,
so many
like
people on
in
the boat.
Pirates of the Caribbean, they're sleeping in the little hammocks.
Exactly. So it's night.
Little treasure planets.
Back at current time. No, that doesn't make any sense. We'll say that.
You said this was the the Clem stuff was a few days ago, right?
Right. So I'll say you prep the spell, and then just to make it line up with the time,
Oh yeah.
you guys.
We'll take a couple days to
you
prep it.
took a day to get to there, and it was okay, and like you took the entire day to like catch up and whatever, and then when you're casting the scrying spell, it's back to current time. Just
Sure.
To kind of, I'm just gonna hand wave
Align
that
it,
because I didn't
align
think
it.
about that when I was doing this.
That's okay.
Because these have to occur at the same time. Andy.
Yes.
Tag is kind of going back to bed. Like, you're like happy that Sedge is there. You guys kind of have dinner together. Sedge obviously, cooks it. It's a little bit more meager
That's
because
right.
you're on a boat.
I need to find his voice again.
Right. So, but you're feeling kind of like, ooh, that was a tough fight. I did some cool stuff. I'm like starting to use these like
Was there soup
powers.
actually?
Oh shit! I forgot about the soup. Yeah.
I'm just filling up on bread.
Oh.
And I
I
was like,
completely forgot that I bought soup. But yeah, so you're kind of just like, oh, I feel good that I'm using new powers, that I'm not just having to shoot, but like I'm also using new powers from this kind of like person.
wait,
I
that's-
don't really know.
Are you writing your grit points as bullets?
Yes.
That's
That's
so
really
cute.
fucking cool.
That's so cute. I was gonna ask,
Yeah.
Sedge, I think saw the like demon hand cannon attack
Yes.
thing. What does he think of it?
Give me a religion check.
Because you are doing some demonically cool shit.
Oh, that's
There's
right.
only, like 10 dead bugs in here.
We did not have fruit flies like literally yesterday.
They might be coming out of your
I-
dream.
I hate fruit flies for that because literally you'll have your entire life without fruit flies and then they will all pop up.
Just a flat religion check.
Oh, I don't know why I
Or
was
not a
rolling.
flat religion, it's just like a,
I don't know why I was rolling all of them.
Anti-religion to combat that.
Oh, you're doing like
I'll
a religious
say
deception?
That you just did
Wait.
it and you weren't, unless you want to say that you were trying to hide it, but like you casting like a big spell and flipping a
okay.
It's
cannon.
okay.
Yeah.
To be fair to Tag, I think my back might have been turned toward one of the other ghosts.
I'll
on
say
that
because
turn.
of the previous
I was
25 deception check, you're not, even if you roll super
Fuck
roll
off.
super incredibly well, you're still not gonna get. You're not gonna be like.
I'm
"Oh,
not
this
gonna
is
be
what's
like,
gonna
oh,
happen."
you're from hell.
No, I
Yeah.
know. I was fucking around.
Basically,
don't
I
wanna
have
roll
a
it.
ceiling to the knowledge that you're
Yeah.
gonna be able to get.
That is kind of an interest. I feel like you could just use deception, you know, against all of that.
Anti-religion just sounds really funny to me.
Anti-religion. I want to roll an anti-religion. I don't even think I
There are
have.
anti-paladins.
I don't even have. Look, Sedge is not intelligent and actually doesn't have that good of a religion, which is very interesting for a paladin.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
maybe-
you're. I mean, even from the conception of Sedge, you were more of a like theology for like the use to help people, not like I need to know the history of everything.
Yeah, he's definitely not a monk.
Yeah.
Like, not a monk
I know what you
class, but you know, like a scholar of religious things. That is just an 8 because I have no bonuses.
So with that, you can be like, you kind of get the sense that like, maybe he's like he's like a gunslinger warlock.
I mean, a lot of
Maybe.
people can do a lot of fucked
Right, you're
up
like,
shit.
it
you
could be
know?
just like a spell that I don't know about. You haven't met many
Tieflings are
gunslingers.
weird.
Tieflings are weird. It's kind of the vibe you get. Oh, that's probably something he gets to do as a tiefling. And I'm a bison, so I can gore people with my horns.
I'm a
He might be
bison.
able to just like shoot stuff with
I
my...
love that the equivalent is like, I'm a bison, I've got horns. And then you're like, well, he's like a little devil child, so maybe he can use his magical hands
Little
to throw
devil
up a
children.
cannon.
Yeah, like maybe that's just something he can do from his infernal lineage.
Okay. That's good to know, though, because I want to know how suspicious to be of you. And right now it is not very suspicious.
That's great because I feel like literally the second tag enters the room, everyone's like, "Who the fuck is this guy and why is he acting so jumpy?"
I think Sedge is more suspicious of your jumpiness than your demonicness.
Yeah.
By far.
which is super fun.
Because he's intrinsically very jumpy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just he is.
he's got the hops.
He's just got the
He's
hops.
got the bad hops.
So, you're going to bed.
Yeah.
You're settling down for the night. This is normally when you might like talk to your patron or whatever, but you're like, I'm tired, I'm not going to deal with it tonight.
Okay.
Unfortunately, though, you did say that your patron could talk to you whenever you wanted.
Oh no.
So you just kind of, you know, when you're drunk and you can kind of feel like your cheeks like getting warm.
Mm-hmm.
You feel that, but kind of
Yes.
like in your head. Like
You feel
you
like-
just feel like a warmth that is like
Mhm.
that wasn't there before.
Getting a hot.
You're like,
Do I get hot flashes?
Do you get
Get
hot?
hot
Do you
flashes,
get hot
is that what you
flashes?
I don't. Do you usually get hot
Oh my God.
flashes? You just hear the voice in your head.
You like hear tag like
Tag just
you're
goes, huh!
Yeah.
I feel like at this point Sedge is fully snoring.
Oh yeah, no.
So do
Everybody
not
else is
worry.
asleep.
I am 100% snoring.
Uh-huh.
He's an early to bed kind of dad. Early to bed, early to rise.
I don't know how cows
That
sound
was,
when they sleep.
that was a good snore. Oh no! Like a fly goes in and then goes back out.
One in through one of the nose, out through the
Oh
other.
no!
Like Grandpa.
Oh,
Like
dude.
how Grandpa Ritsu
You should
snores.
have. You should. Yeah. Bad.
And he's a bison, so it's resonant.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
big. Good work on that fight.
I'm not
So
sure.
complimentary and so
Yeah.
condescending.
Use my magic so well. The move where you flipped the cannon on top of the ghost.
Yeah, that was cool.
That's
that
pretty-
was
that's pretty
that
cool.
was. You know, I thought that I was just gonna like kind of smack it, but then it like flipped all the way over. So you know, it worked out.
I told you these powers are good. They're powerful. You're strong. You can be stronger. Just saying.
I'm already pretty. I'm like, I got a +2 to strength. I'm kind of strong.
You hear.
Wait,
You
was
hear that.
Was that the disembodied voice of one of the other crew
You
members
hear-
laughing?
No, you hear somebody to effectively step away from the phone, laugh,
Yeah.
and then walk back.
Oh my god.
Amazing, incredible.
I actually, that's like an underrated podcast comedy tool.
Just
Yeah.
Is
leaning away
when
from the
Yeah.
you
mic.
just lean away and like pretend you're far
100%.
away.
Hopefully you're not too tired. I have
I don't know if I can answer that because I've been kind of fucking tired for the past 3 days, but that's like unrelated to
Been
this.
busy days for you.
Well,
Maybe. I don't know.
it kinda doesn't matter how tired you are. It was more of just like a gesture to be
Oh.
like, hey, how tired are you? Because,
Not sincere. Cool. Got it.
ouch. And she, you just kind of like,
Hurt me.
in your eyes closed. I'd assume that you're just like
She's
talking
so-
in your head with your eyes
she's
closed and
so-
everything.
I
fucking
100% was gonna be
spicy.
like, I don't know if Tag is smart enough to not.
It doesn't matter.
Roll
out
me
loud.
a intelligence saving throw.
He's
God.
not intelligent.
She is so spicy. Wait, neither of us are
Okay,
smart?
that's actually okay.
Damn. It
He has
sucks.
a +0 to intelligence, but that's an 18.
Okay, yeah, you're talking in your head.
Yeah.
But so, because you're talking in your head, I would assume your eyes are closed because you're like trying to sleep and this person's
Yeah.
just talking to you.
Yeah.
So in your like the void of your eyes closed,
Uh-huh.
you see your contract pop up.
I just did this.
Yeah, I know. I actually needed it in writing before I
Shit.
could fully complete my part of the spell. And the highlighted part of the like the third bullet is popped up. There's a part that specifically says, "I will have 2 big asks of you in the future. 1 request for your participation." And that's the part that's highlighted. Yeah. So once I got this in writing, I'm able to now call it in. So I hope you're not too tired.
No.
Right.
And then
now.
just as you're
Oh,
like
God.
right now, you hear like a finger snap. That part gets crossed out, and you know that part where Thor is in the like chair and Thor Ragnarok,
Uh-huh.
and his brain kind of goes like, "Bring."
Uh-huh.
That happens to
Oh
you,
my god.
and you feel your body just go limp.
Oh no!
And it's like your brain is going through hyperspace.
Oh no.
Yeah, so you're just like,
Yeah.
you're just kind of just like,
Which is good because you
You're
finally fell
asleep.
asleep.
Thank God.
As
My
far as
body
we
gets to
know.
sleep. My brain does not.
yeah, you'll have a full rest at the end of this. And yeah, your brain is kind of going, and as it kind of goes, the last thing you see before it goes dark again is you see kind of like a taller building back in the Twin Cities. And then you kind of go, and you're like in darkness again.
What?
Yeah.
Taller building in the Twin Cities.
So it's still cold.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm heating it back up.
That's what I realized.
So, this music is actually still appropriate.
Dun, dun, dun.
I don't know the best way to explain this.
Hmm.
So it's as if you're looking at an FPV,
What
like first person perspective,
Okay.
first person view of like somebody else's body.
POV, you're in
POV,
somebody
excuse
else's
me.
body.
FPV, first person view, POV. Yeah.
Was that you, Andy,
basically-
trying to figure out what it would be like if you
No,
were
it's like
Oh,
looking
when
it
you're-
through a
you have
person's
the
mind?
hands.
You're
always
kind of
have the
it's kind of
hands.
like when you see but what you see is like somebody who's like leaning like tipping back their chair and like leaning back into it. You see like black leather armor, like black gauntlets, and you see kind of like this like dark room, but it looks nice, but it's dark. Like there are like candles kind of everywhere. This person's just kind of just like tipping themselves back and forth in a chair, just kind of waiting for time to go by. You're present in your mind, like you're like, I'm in this person's body, but then like the longer you spend there, the more it kind of gets really hazy between like who like between like the line between you and the line between this person is starting to like fade.
What is this other
so-
person's
so
mind
you're-
feel like?
Yeah, you're starting to feel you're starting to feel like anger, like you're starting to get their emotions first. You're like
Anger, interesting.
they're pissed, they're like upset, things haven't been going correctly that day. You're just kind of just feeling like they're upset.
Did they try to kill anyone that day?
I mean, you can push further in this
Do
moment
they
right
look
now.
dwarven from
Um,
No,
POV?
do they look Elvish?
Give me a perception check right now in this moment. You're not.
Elvish. Who's Elvish?
You're
Are you
not.
thinking of-
Do it with disadvantage. You can use
Yes.
your perception, but
What's his name? I can't remember his freaking name. That's an 18. That's a 19, so
18 plus whatever.
For what?
Perception. You
Oh,
kind
that's
of.
like 20.
You start. You
something.
feel that you can kind of like guide the eyes a little
23.
bit, and you're kind of like looking around. You get closer looks at like the hands, the arms. You're not really seeing much, but then you like are turning around looking. You see like a couple like other hooded, like same kind of armor, same kind of like hooded, thieving looking people. And you look down and you see two short sword hilts that you recognize. And you are currently in the body of Bear Bray.
Can I immediately try and punch myself in the face?
That's what you go for and not kill yourself?
If you want to, you can try.
Yeah.
Give me a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
No.
It's not gonna be that.
God damn it!
You lost a 20.
Oof, that's rough, buddy.
That would have been a
Cute character sheet.
8.
I'm not even gonna roll for the
That's
other
fine.
person because they don't have to. You know, it's Barrett. He has pretty good stats. You just kind of feel the body go. That was weird. Like kind of has like a bad taste in his mouth. He's like, and then he kind of goes like, and you can feel it. So you don't have control.
I like this
Yes.
idea that every time you experience like restless legs or just sort of like
It's
a muscle
someone trying
Somebody-
to possess
it's
the
someone
Somebody
trying
else
to
is
get
also in
you.
your
body.
Somebody else in your head trying to punch you.
Alright, someone's trying to get
So
me to punch myself.
You
while I'm
kind of just like you feel somebody kind of just like get up and like pop their back, and you hear the thought, not because he's saying it, but because he's thinking it to himself, like, okay, so this meeting's gonna happen soon. Fuck. Okay, this is whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. Okay, whatever. Fucking Christ. I did my best. I'm not the one that fucked up. And he gets up and starts. Do you want to have said that in your brain?
Tag is pissed. He hates this dude.
Do you want to alert this guy to the presence in his body?
No.
Okay, so
Would Tag be reckless enough?
would
to
Tag?
do so?
That's I feel like a level of like
I think it's something that he's-
unsharpness that I don't even think Tag has. Like
Oh,
not even
no one's
like
that
a
stupid.
not like a
No.
gut, like that's like a barbarian, like I'm just gonna charge in head first
It's
kind of thing.
like he doesn't say that to be
Mhm.
like kind of forgetting that like, oh, he's in here, more
Mhm.
like, oh, I'm watching this happen
Cool.
and not, yeah.
I will say as you spend more time in this body, it will be harder to not just have it be like, oh, I thought this. Because you're kind of starting to get the feeling that you're like sharing the body is kind of like the best way to say it because of like what just happened with your patron.
Cool.
So
Interesting,
speaking of that, you see a door open at the other end of the thing. It's not like a castle, but in my head I kind of just like imagine like an opulent like sitting room at like the I was gonna say Great Gatsby. What's the show that your dad and Felicia watched recently?
Downton Abbey.
Yeah, like a Downton Abbey, it's like a nice place. It's not like a shit room that you guys would be in. It's like a nice place. So you see you get up, you and Barrett get up, and you kind of look. You see 3 other people with you, kind of like your like posse. Like kind of like
Garrett bitches.
yeah. It would be 4 if he didn't try to brutally murder another person that was in his crew.
Would that have been
It would have
Keller?
been Keller would have been
Okay.
here if you guys didn't murder him in several different ways,
Dang.
or stop if you guys didn't save and then murder him.
I mean, I guess from Barrett's perspective, regardless,
I don't think Keller
know,
would have been there.
like Keller,
Barrett was gonna kill him.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
saying if
exactly.
like the whole thing didn't happen,
Yeah.
like he would have.
if
been
Keller
here.
hadn't failed, really,
Yeah.
Barrett wouldn't have tried to kill him. and
Exactly.
he would have been there.
So you see the door kind of at the opposite end of the room open, and you see a figure walk in. And as this kind of happens, I'll say that's when the scrying spell kicks in.
Cool.
So,
I have an idea of who's walking in then.
So as that
my
happens, the
God.
camera kind of swips from like your and Barrett's perspective, and it kind of like, and now we're in kind of like a third person camera of Daeron walking in with the book, kind of like the book of. I'm not gonna say it because I'm gonna see if you guys remember what the name of the book was.
I don't take notes.
The Book of Evil.
The Book of Evil. The Book of Evil, kind of just like floating evilly.
I do remember that it had a name. I
It
don't
did have
know
a name.
what
The
it
Book
is.
of the Deep Evils or the Nine Hells? No. I don't remember.
I know. So the book.
I gotta just listen to the episodes then.
The book is
gonna
floating next
be
to Daeron.
cringy.
His
That's
fire
okay.
whip is crackling at his side. One of those robots that you guys fought earlier is
Yeah.
following Daeron in, along with
He's
two
got
of his
more.
wizards. These homies are all kind of going in very clearly from just going into this scrying spell and seeing other people. It's like, oh, this is like a meeting area where like there's even like a weird little like seance pit. Like as you guys go to start and you could kind of start to meet in the middle. There's like a little like effigy on the edge, kind of where a window would be, but it's been like caked in like wax and like candles and skulls and shit. A bunch of evil bad guy stuff is just kind of caked, kind of like splatted up against the wall with like the
Alex is
drapes
like,
going
yeah,
down.
that guy shit.
There's candles everywhere. And then Daeron kind of just looks at Barrett and kind of just starts to flick on all the candles as if being like, no, you're not in his brain. You can only see and hear what's happening. So you just see from Daeron just like a shit. He's just like, you piece of shit. To Barrett as he's like starting the candles to get everything going on.
You're like, yeah, get punished.
Get him. So yeah.
Boss hates you.
The people kind of going around, Daeron kind of just like move off to the side and are like, this is not my thing, I just make sure he doesn't die kind of thing. Your guys kind of do the same thing, they kind of also go to the side. I meant to say this earlier, I don't know why I just didn't mention it when I talked about your people. You also have a robot, but it's kind of like painted black. It's like very clearly a gift from Daeron that he had. Like, it's like, we have all the black armor, we're cool, we're dark.
We're edgy.
Yeah, we're edgy. So, as you, Barrett, Tag, and Daeron kind of like meet in the center, Daeron just kind of like looks at you and is like, could have helped more.
Does Barrett say anything? Or do
Barrett, I'll say you're not in complete control, so it's not
Yeah.
fair asking you to do that, but you just like, it's the look of somebody who's at this, like, you've tried all of your, like, you've both tried all of your might to get above the other person, but something else is keeping you at the same level. Like, two brothers just, like, I fucking hate you, and I want to be the favorite, but I cannot be.
Wait, is Daeron or Barrett aware of somebody else in his head right now?
I'll say Tag hasn't done anything to reveal themselves, so you can get that they hate each other. Like, they're only working together because somebody scarier than them is forcing them to.
Oh, you mean Daeron and Barrett?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Barrett and Tag.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's also what I thought.
Sorry.
Yes.
I couldn't
Okay,
be more
I
clear about that.
understand.
I gotcha.
So yeah, Daeron kind of just exhales, continuing this death glare, kind of just like flicks his hand. This hand open, the book opens to like a page and goes like the magic like, and opens to like what looks just like a window out of like drawn flame.
Never seen one of them before.
I've seen too many windows for my...
Windows made
Life.
out of flame.
Barrett just kind of like exhales and goes, "Fuck it, might as well get this over with, huh?" And then Daeron just goes, "Huh?" and then casts the spell, brings the energy from the book, and throws it at the window covered in wax, and it immediately just like catches a flame and just. It's like, when like Christmas trees catch on fire, and it's that like very intense kind of like plume of fire, and it's just like that immediately. What?
It's lighting it so then it goes up. It's like national treasure.
That happened to national. Because of the at the end room when they see other.
It's not really the same thing. I just wanted to make a national treasure reference.
There has to be one in at least every session.
Yeah, exactly. I gotta get my quota
It's your
in.
quota.
The quota.
If not
So-
national treasure.
As these flames kind of go for a second,
Mhm.
and then they start doing the same thing, Tag, that you're used to. They are doing this very intense burn, but they start moving slower and slower until they're just like moving in this like pillar along the wall.
Can he still talk to LaDonna, like, in this state, or would that risk...
That's an interesting
Bury it.
question. I haven't thought about that. If you want to talk to her without Barrett knowing that you're talking to her,
Uh-huh.
because you're getting to the point where you're kind of becoming, you're just the same person.
I hate
Uh,
that. Hate that.
Give me
You've
a
been there all
deception
along.
check to do it.
It's a 21.
That's
You can talk to LaDonna.
Okay.
I'll say before you know what's gonna happen. You know that LaDonna's gonna appear through this window.
Okay.
Once with this kind of thing, and you thinking about this like critically, you're like, okay, probably once she passes through this threshold, whatever she did to me is gonna finalize.
Uh-huh.
So you have a moment before she walks through to say something to her.
Why am I here? Why do you need me to be here? Why am I in this motherfucker's body right now?
Yeah, I like how you're not even using this as an opportunity to like spy on all of your enemies. You're
Like,
just
this is
like
great
you're
that he's
just like
awesome,
I
but
hate
just
this
like-
guy.
Like,
This guy sucks.
am I here like double agent? Do you want me to like get like what is happening?
Bear witness.
I mean, yeah, I just wanted you to watch what's about to happen. And then she steps through. Yeah, I mean, I'm not being a bitch. I just can't really think of
No,
anything
it's
else for
okay.
her to
That's
say
okay.
that wouldn't just be like, I want you to watch these two guys kill each other.
Oh.
Well, she kind of like, I want you to watch these guys kill each other.
While I'm in this body?
You won't die. I need you to. You have a connection to Barrett, and I just wanted to see how well that would work, I guess. I don't know. This is for me. Fuck you. This is for me. And then she walks there.
Tag is literally just like,
And you see, just like you've never seen LaDonna in like the full. You've only seen like, if anything, like her like head and shoulders. This is like a full visage of like a 8-foot tall tiefling, but completely on fire with like wings coming out the back, double sets of tiefling horns, huge like visage of a person. Not for lack of dwarfing the two people that are there. One is a dwarf.
one is literally a dwarf.
Double dwarfed.
She does the like evil person. She does the
When
evil
you
person.
did this, I 100% thought you were gonna be like huge boobs. I'm sorry.
Just real
Dude,
giant
dude.
flaming knocker.
Just the fucking
I'm sorry.
Just imagining very like succubus.
I mean, kind of like on fire succubus, kind of but not like gigantic huge tits.
Not
I
Lady
guess
Diviscue.
that's not the part that I was like focusing on when I was creating this character.
resisting the urge to make so many comments.
But just like an on
You're
fire
welcome, I took the
demon
fall for it.
coming out of hell. Like, you would need even Tag would know, you would need a pretty intense magic item to supersede
Give me
the
the
ceiling of
It's from the Spider
hell.
Chronicles. I'm sorry.
You would need a pretty intense magical item to like even get a devil to be able to talk to you. So you can tell that the book is the impetus to even like your connection with this. Are you good?
No, I'm good. Completely, fully unrelated.
Cool.
What?
No, well, I just... I wrote in my character sheet how much damage my longsword does, right? As one does, because it's the weapon that I'm using. And then there's little additions, and in a different color, in orange, and I wanted to know why I put those additions. And then I wrote next to it, Rav slapped it. Because he slapped the sword.
I couldn't
But
think of a
without-
better way for him
But
to
without
be
the
like,
additional context, to just have it just be like longsword Rav slapped it. I'm sorry. Please proceed.
this full demon that two of your biggest enemies are talking to.
Yeah.
The two people that want to kill your characters indirectly sedge, because any holy person should die to these people.
I'm not in danger from working with you. You're putting me in danger, Tag, and
Your job put you in danger first.
he doesn't even know how in danger he is.
Nope.
You gonna tell him someday?
And as soon as Tag figures that out.
The Clem is now getting an idea of how in danger all of them are. Because Clem, remember, is having a review on all this.
Yep.
You got the 4K.
So as Seos... that's not what I said. The demon stands down the stairs and just kind of just stands there and looks at these two people like a disapproving parent. Daron Thorngig. I'm going to refer to you as Daron, just so I can look at someone.
Oh yeah.
I thought somebody who'd be able to wield my tome would do better with it. You couldn't succeed when I empowered all of your spells. You couldn't stop children from intervening in your grand plan. You,
Are we we're the children?
you guys are the children.
But okay, wait.
What's that?
Just
I'm
to
like
take a
23.
step back.
Clem was like
So-
also 23.
So I guess I'm how did where did he fail? Because as I think I remember that there were a bunch of guards that were protecting the count, and then Clem like blew up the guards to get through. So that means that like the rioters had like a very good opening, but then like failed later. Do you know what I mean?
So
Do you remember that?
you can
I don't remember
you
exactly how
if
that
you
went
guys
up,
didn't
but-
go back to help Endo,
Yes.
the riot would have overtaken. I remember saying that specifically. Like
'Cause I
the
think
the
they
riot
all
was big
left.
enough. All of the thing, like it was angry enough, and the tides only turned when you guys intervened and started disrupting the guard shield walls. Started like you cast darkness on Varys, and Varys couldn't finish what he was doing, and then turned his attention on the riot. So you guys kept focus elsewhere other than just the initial push. And then I guess through context clues, you can assume that Daron assured this demon that his plan was going to work. Like, all I need to do is just get the city behind me and storm the gates, then I'll have my people go in and kill the count.
So maybe
The front
Cal
door-
waited out.
Maybe, or it was just enough of a disruption.
The count isn't even dead. The count's just at the other part of the city now. The conflict that you've started has failed, alerted the guards to your presence, and the school is now locked. It's not behind you like you said it would be. Nobody followed you. Everything you've done has been a failure in the last day. Am I wrong? And she just like looks. You don't have to respond. Daron just kind of. I would see it differently, but I understand that's how you see it, and that's the worst thing you can say to your superior. and you just feel everybody in the room just feels heat, just like lava just started being poured out, like just without saying words, just heat came out. And then she turns from Gaia Daron to Barrett. You were doing so well, and then you stumbled at the end. I had even a simpler task of you than this one. Just retrieve one mercenary and then be done. But you got focus elsewhere, your subordinates were not listening to you, they got captured, and then you tried to kill them, and then they got thwarted by the same children that thwarted Daron.
Interesting that she's fully like in control of one of said children who died that very same riot. But I mean, obviously they don't know that, and she's not going to tell them. But that's interesting.
So, I've experienced enough failure in my ranks today. We've built up La Brutas to be the scariest gang this side of the continent, and you just like let that fall through. You were gonna try and pin all of that stuff happening on those idiots, those idiot monks, and then they all died somehow. You couldn't even stop that from happening.
Ember Fists. We did
So,
also kill the Ember Fists.
I'm done. I'm done with failure. I need the best to rise to the top. She flips her wrist, and the fire from behind her continues like around the outside of the room.
Oh shit.
And she just looks from Daron to Barrett and back to Daron. You both had so much potential. Whichever one of you makes it out, contact me, and we'll see what the next steps are. You know the plan. Just make your way there. If you get out, if you both die here, I have other people. So
Can I?
hopefully one of you should.
Are Tag and Barrett merged enough for him to figure out the plan, or like catch a glimpse of the plan?
Oh, interesting.
I'll say, yeah. I said when she walks through the door, you guys will be of one mind. Give me an investigation check, and because it'll be kind of like you're looking through your own memories, you can do it flat.
2.
You better hope Barrett survives, so you can try that again. So
You're not making it out of here alive.
I
That's not his
expect
voice.
this encounter to go much longer than the time we have left. So we'll probably have to continue this fight next time.
Cool.
So these are your character sheets for this encounter. I'll say
Straight up kill you.
before these two, before the encounter starts, I'll say you're both good enough at what you do to just like, oh fuck, we're about to fight, and I'll say you guys like kind of jump back to your corners.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm also gonna send you. I don't have time to print out the your helpers sheets.
Oh god.
What?
Oh, that requires a lot of thought.
So you each have 3 like little dudes to help you out. And I'm gonna be sending them to you over Discord, right?
Am I
No.
in control of the gifted robots?
Yes.
The gifted robots that are...
No.
Oh.
Barrett has full control over that one.
Oh, okay.
I'll say so Clem, for story purposes, is watching what's happening.
Yeah.
But for mechanical purposes, you are in control, Danny the person.
Okay.
And you think that's the first thought that Daron has, like, cool, I have 4 people instead of 3, and
Yeah.
then you like try to like
Does
control
he
it.
still have the book?
He still has the book. He has some powers connected to the book.
Yeah.
So that is 1 person And then you have 2. So you have these
Whoa.
2 of
Wait,
these.
is this spoilers for me to know what the book does, at least in part?
The name is the biggest piece of information, but you guys already knew that.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's, if anything, it's just a reminder. Tag, I'm also sending you people as well. You have in your control, Barrett, Andy. You have Barrett, 2 rogue types, and one of these robots. Danny, you have one of these robots and 2 of these wizards. Yeah, so you guys definitely, these are complicated character sheets. They're both level 10.
Which is higher than we are, I think,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, it's good that you guys didn't get in a direct conflict with these guys. I had balanced the riots with Garen, Camille, Endo, and Hinda on your side to go against Daron, his lackeys, and the crowd. So yeah. You know what? I think we can just hang out and eat for the rest of this. You guys study these, and we'll pick up this fight at the beginning of next session. Because this fight will be intense. Danny's is specifically complicated because you're a sorcerer, and you
Yeah.
have just spells and meta magic and shit. Andy.
Oh man, a multi-class even.
Yeah. Andy, you have you have the second sheet of things you have on your body. I realized when I wrote that, and now I saw it printed out, I'm like, I didn't need to have that printed out thing.
That's okay. Wasting Oblations ink.
Hey.
How dare you?
Wait, did you print it?
Did
in
you print
Oblation?
these out?
Yeah,
That's
I was
so
like,
funny.
Lexi, can you, like, literally, like, 10 minutes before she left, I'm like, fuck, Lexi, you need to
Wait,
wait your
really?
time.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah,
Oh, I know what languages he speaks.
What languages do you speak?
What languages do I speak?
Do you also speak Infernal?
I do also speak
Wow. My
And
brain,
Dwarven.
my brain
Hold on,
needs
let
to
me look
process.
at-
Aren't
let me
these
look
just like murder mystery characters?
Huh?
Yeah, but murder
Yeah.
mystery with a lot more math.
I didn't expect them to
Murder
be.
mystery
With
when-
more
with an emphasis on
murder. I need to like actually
Murder.
understand
I need
things.
It's a murder
Thank you.
mystery in which the mystery is which one of us will be murdered
I'm,
by the
I'm,
other. That's
Lucas,
the murder
I'm
mystery.
so dumb. This is so. I don't want this to be super lame because I don't know things.
Hey, you, Andy, you have a leg up because this is effectively the one-on-ones that we would do. And I know...
I lost 3 out of 4 of those.
I know, but you gave, like, when you played the rogue, the first one, you almost fucking... No, you did win the first one. When you were playing a
On a
rogue.
charisma 20.
Hey, there's some stuff in there that you can fuck with stuff.
How many dudes did you say I had?
You each
One,
have-
one clockwork
You have
and one
4.
wizard.
You have 2 wizards.
I have 2
So
wizards.
each of you have yourself and 3 backup.
Are
dudes.
the wizards? Do we control the wizards too?
Yes.
Oh,
You
okay.
control. Picture it like Andy. You're playing a Baldur's Gate. You have control of these 4 people.
I'm bad at Baldur's Gate.
Hey,
I haven't played Baldur's Gate. I think you're gonna win because I have neither done one-on-ones against another player ever, nor played Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, but you know the rules. You know-
Vaguely, I don't know the
You
rules.
know the
I've
rules
never
more
been
than me.
I've never been a warlock or a
Hey.
sorcerer. Actually, fun fact.
you guys have benefits and you guys have pluses and minuses for each of these characters dying. You can totally throw it and just have Barrett be super shitty, but whoever wins this will get a power boost because they'll be the main control.
surviving.
Really?
Exact. So like,
I was like, which one is worse for
Yeah.
us? And I kind of feel like it's both pretty bad. Also,
because they
which is
both have-
interesting from a narrative perspective.
I mean,
is
I'll
both
give you this
pretty
as you
interesting.
guys are going into their brains. Whatever, Clem can get this too. I can give you their wants to win, if you would like. Like I gave you pretty basic. Like they have they're self-preservation people and they suck or whatever.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
On the right, I gave them like
No,
bonds.
no, no.
and
But I
shit.
mean, what do
But
you
like, if
give
you
us
guys
there?
want their like, oh, I was working with this guy, but I need to kill him. I need to win because
Oh, like the extra reason.
right.
Oh, interesting. That's up to you. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty determined to kill Barrett in this way. But
And
also,
he's like, I'm just gonna sabotage it.
but also killing. I kind of agree that I feel like it would probably be worse for us if Dayron were around, just sort of given everything
I feel
I've
like
seen
Barrett's
here.
easy
But-
to emotionally manipulate.
But I feel like you can defeat him. Oh, whoa. Oh, interesting.
I
Cool.
need to read.
Yeah, you guys have an entire week
We've got homework.
to learn about these
It was
people.
homework for D&D.
Hell yeah.
Hey, I said
You
we're doing
gotta.
something weird. Hey, the original plan was just be like, hey, cool, roll initiative. And just like from just like, I
Oh
have
my
this new
god.
character.
Oh my
I
god.
wait, are we like calling it?
I'm gonna call it because 20 minutes, 40
Yeah.
minutes is not enough to do any significant damage.
That's probably fair.